Hey guys, I'm here to talk about a topic that just irritates me a little bit, or a lot of it, to be honest with you. So I've noticed that in the spiritual community, there's a lot of practitioners that give out, free Reiki sessions or free readings, and there's a lot of, I guess, clients that also ask for free Reiki sessions, free readings, things like that. Now, before I really get into this topic, let me just start by saying that if you're volunteering to do Reiki on like people that have cancer at like hospice or something like that, I definitely feel that's okay and that's probably a good thing for them. Um, but when you're running your own business, you definitely need to charge for your Reiki sessions and people need to pay for them, okay? Especially the more and more, experience that you get. Now, if you're just starting out, you just took the course in Reiki, you just graduated, then maybe you can do some practice sessions for free on people. But that's totally up to you as well, right? Like you need to decide that for yourself. And maybe you can offer that to friends or family members or people that you know, whoever it may be. That might be okay in that situation. But when somebody's had many, many years practicing their skills, practicing Reiki, practicing readings, then I feel that you need to charge for them and people need to pay for those sessions. Now, just going back to the readings, if you're just learning tarot or you're just learning oracle card readings, um, I think it's okay to maybe offer practice sessions, somebody that you can practice with, okay? Or I think it's okay for even the client to ask or your friend to ask you, hey, would you mind doing like a practice session on me? I know you just graduated from your certificate, and if you want experience, you can do a practice reading on me. I'm totally open to that. And then, if that person that's graduated from their tarot class or their oracle class, within the year, if they start feeling, they're getting a little bit better at things, then um, I think that a donation should be offered, right? If you want a reading from this person that's still kind of in practice, it's within their first year of practice, you can offer them a donation, okay? And they may or may not take that. But when you're like a celebrity reader or you're a reader that's had like many years of experience, a decade, 2 decades, then it's kind of an insult to us when you ask for a free reading, okay? Because you don't realize the amount of work that's went into learning how to read the tarot, learning how to read the oracle cards, the amount of practice that we've had to do over the years. It's like any other skill. Like, would you want to go, um, I don't know. Would you want to get paid if you were to be an engineer for 10 years? Of course you would, right? So it's the same kind of thing. Or if you were a nurse for 10 years, would you want to get that service? Would you want to provide that service free? No, you wouldn't. And nobody should be asking for a free service if you've been a nurse for 10 years, okay? And you have to pay for nursing. It just kind of bugs me because the spiritual path and the spiritual skills offered are not always respected. They're not always taken seriously, okay? And they need to be, and they should be, because there's a lot that goes into the practice of learning these skills. Usually you have to get a certificate of some sort, and then there's many, many years of practicing on your own or with other people to get really good at something. Now, there are some people that are naturally gifted and they pick up those skills very quickly. They become a master reader in a couple of years. But that's not very common, okay? It does take many years. Like I've been doing readings for a decade plus now. And as much as I do free readings on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, They're for the masses, right? They're more of a general read, okay? But if somebody were to come, ask me personally, hey, can I have a free reading? I'd be a little bit insulted, okay? And as I should be, because I take time to, this is how I do my personal reads when I was doing them. I'm not doing them right now. But when I was doing my personal reads, I had to set a time frame aside, okay, because I have a full-time job. So I'd set like a weekend aside. Then I would, make the appointment. I would then have to choose the cards that resonated for the client that I was going to do the reading on, depending what kind of reading they wanted. I have so many decks, like I have like 200, 300 decks. So I'd have to pick out all the cards that I want to use in their reading, all the decks that I want to use. And then I would have to record the reading because sometimes I would send it, through video, through email. So then I'd have to upload it. And then, that's a process that takes time to do. And then also sitting with the cards, analyzing them and getting the messages, and then, writing it down or conveying it on the video. Um, like there's so many different ways you can do readings. You can do them on the phone, you can do them through video, you can do them in person, right? You can do an audio recording too. And then there's also the process of meditating before you do the reading, really getting into a state of grounding and calm, right? Because you might have had a stressful day earlier in the day. So you need to calm your mind so that you can tap into the messages properly and get the best, um, intuition possible for the reading. So that might take another 20 minutes of meditating before you do the reading. So when you're going to do a 45-minute or 45-minute or an hour reading and you're charging $70, like pay that person the $70, right? Like it's not a lot to ask for. Like when they've had 10 plus years of experience and they're doing all these other things leading up to the reading to get ready for it, pay them the $70. It's not a lot to ask for. Don't ask for a free reading. It's very insulting. And same with Reiki sessions, right? If someone's been doing Reiki sessions, they're a Reiki master, they have their level 3 and they're doing Reiki sessions regularly. They know what they're doing. They're tapping into all kinds of, spiritual things. When they do their Reiki sessions, they're getting all kinds of intuitive messages. Don't ask for a free reading, right? It's an insult. Um, Pay for the Reiki session, okay? Because you're going to get a lot out of it. You're going to feel relaxed. You're going to feel more calm, less stress, okay? Less body pain. You might have, like, if the person knows how to remove an attachment and you have an attachment, you're going to get that removed. Like, there's so many things, right, that come with experience that you learn in the spiritual community and with the skill set that come with time that you can offer to your client. So they're getting, it's worth their time and their money. So this is for the practitioners out there. Value yourself, value your skills that you have to offer. Okay, value your spiritual skills. You've worked hard for this. You've gotten a certificate. You've practiced a lot. You know what you're doing. So make sure that you're charging for your skills, right? Charge for that reading, charge for that Reiki session. Okay. And same with, the people that want a reading, the clients that want a reading or want a Reiki session, offer money, okay? Pay for the Reiki session. Don't ask for free. Don't ask for a free session. Don't ask for a free reading. Pay for the reading. I mean, it's just like a job like anything else. Do you want to go work at McDonald's and work for free all night? No, you want to get paid something for your effort, your time, the energy that you put in serving the customers, cleaning the place. Like it's the same for us. We want to get paid for what we do, and we deserve to get paid for what we do, just like you deserve to, get paid for working at McDonald's or wherever. I've practiced my last 10 years plus doing readings almost every single day, practicing. So if I offer personals again, I'm definitely going to want some compensation for it because they're even more in depth than my